Let me take you back to the early 19th century.
To the rolling hills and vast plains of southern Africa, where a fierce and determined people known as the Ngoni carved their legacy through fire, courage, and conquest. Picture a young warrior named Kondwani, barely 20, his muscles taut from years of training, his eyes sharp with ambition. He stands among his brothers in arms, gripping a short stabbing spear, the Ikalwa, its blade gleaming under the sun. His cowhide shield, sturdy and battle-scarred, rests against his side. The story of the Ngoni begins far to the south, in the lands of KwaZulu-Natal, where the rise of Shaka Zulu's empire unleashed a storm called the Mfikeni, a time of scattering and chaos around 1815. The Nguni, ancestors of the Ngoni, were caught in this whirlwind. Zwangandaba, a skilled commander under Shaka, led a small band of followers, perhaps no more than 1,000, away from the Zulus' iron grip. They fled north, crossing the mighty Zambezi River on November 20, 1835, during a rare eclipse that darkened the sky, as if the heavens themselves marked their journey. Kondwani's father was among those who followed Zwangandaba, driven by dreams of new lands and freedom from Shaka's tyranny. As the Ngoni trekked through Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and into what is now Zambia, Malawi, and Tanzania, they became a force of conquest. Their warfare was a blend of Zulu discipline and their own fierce innovation. Kondwani learned the ways of war from boyhood, trained in the Amabutho, age-based regiments that turned young men into professional warriors. These regiments, like the Amajaha, the young fighters, and Amadota, the veterans, were the backbone of Ngoni power. Unlike the scattered tribes they encountered, the Ngoni fought as one, united under leaders like Zwangandaba, whose name alone struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. Imagine a raid at dawn, the air thick with mist. Kondwani and his Libandla, a regiment of warriors from his village, moved silently through the tall grass. The Ngoni were masters of surprise, often striking at night or during market days when their enemies were unprepared. Their signature tactic, the cowhorn formation, was a thing of deadly beauty. Picture Kondwani in the chest, the main force advancing head-on, while two horns of swift warriors curve around to encircle the enemy. The loins, a reserve force, wait to exploit weaknesses. As the Ngoni close in, they chant war songs, their spears drumming against shields, a sound that freezes the blood of their foes. Kondwani charges, Ikalwa in hand, trained to stab with a lethal left hook technique, piercing through weak defenses. The enemy, often armed with long throwing spears, can't match the Ngoni's close combat ferocity. Villages fall, cattle are seized, and survivors are absorbed, men into the regiments,